What's up, everybody? I'm here doing this review for the episode 3 of Bad Boys Club. And this episode, I got a lot to say because motherfuckers is stupid as shit. So, we're gonna start off where they left off last week with like the fight with Rel and Lawrence. And Ty was speaking about how Rel was weak because he had let O'Neal get into his head and told him to fight Dreadhead or whatever his name is. And basically that's what happened, and they fought. And again, Rel lost. I don't know how he lost. Like, you should have grabbed him by his hair or something. Like, pull that shit. Probably would have fell out. Um, but yeah, and so after that, I guess they both went home. Because blood was shed, which I didn't see Rel land a hit, so I guess his blood was shed all over the place. And then they said he had called the next day saying that he left. So, bye, Rel. You will not be missed. But it was a good attempt, and congratulations on making it. Hope you came out with some friends, and hope you are at the reunion, and we all see you there. Sorry, I'm checking my nails. Um. So yeah. So no, wait. Let me rewind it a little bit because I had got mad at O'Neal because he started the whole fight, but then when he tried to break it up, he was like, he was getting mad. Like, how you gonna get mad at something you started? Like, I was sitting back, sipping my tea, watching the whole shit go down, and I'm letting somebody else break it up and laugh at them trying to break it up. Like, why are you getting mad? So anyway, moving forward, um, Deshaun comes in and talks to Sammy about the whole DeAndre story situation and how he thought it was a fake story. And he was like, "Oh, I don't think the part about him getting beat was fake or whatever. That part seems true, but the part about him going to jail is fake." So when he was putting out all his business out there, like, oh, he was texting me this before he went to jail, and I'm like, all right, you're right. You got a point. Like, when you go to jail, like, they take your phone away. So it's like, how can he text you while he's there? Unless he's texting you on his way there and just saying it, even though he's still lying no matter what. Like, he's lying at some point. So, um, he was like that he was texting him saying he's about to go in, da da da, that he's seen the message and that he was writing on social media that he's going in and blah blah blah. First of all, if I was going to jail or something, I would not be posting my business on nobody's social media or telling everybody in the fucking world because that's embarrassing to me. Like, I'm going to jail because I don't got no common sense because I decided to steal money from my family members. And, like, what? No, like, I would not put that on nobody's Instagram. I would just be like, I'm done with social media for the next however long I was gonna be there for, and y'all would not hear from me. That's all you had to do. So Sammy was like, he was like, well, he was sticking up for him because that's his. He don't want nobody to go through that and blah blah blah. And he was saying to him too. Who's calling me? He was saying to him too that, so first you don't even respond, then when you do, you get smart. Wow, petty. um, damn, what's my train of thought? He was telling that he had texted him on Twitter saying that he's about to go in and stuff, blah blah. And Sammy wasn't believing the whole DeAndre story either. So then Deshaun went into talking about something. Well, if he really stole $30,000, why isn't he flaunting it? Like, he would have been coming up with some Jordan, some Gucci, and da da da. Power to the people because I would have been doing the same thing. I would have had a nice ass little car. I would have had fucking snap back to the days. My glasses would have been the freaking Gucci and all this other name brand shit. Okay, I would have look. I wouldn't even be in this house right now. Okay, I would have probably got myself a little apartment. Okay, somewhere nice where I can nice afford. You see my shoe selection up there? It would have been a little bit more. Don't laugh because there's some missing. There's some on the floor. But it would have been a little bit more, what's up there. I would have had some Uggs, some polos, getting ready for the winter, some Nike. I would have had a real nice thing. Like I would have been, I would have been set. Like for real. So anyway, um, I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about. So then they start showing the clips on. Everybody comes to the house and everybody's talking about it. So okay, so O'Neal was telling how he felt about it, and he was telling how he think he's fake and blah 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 blah, and how he wasn't a real friend, this and that. But my whole thing is like, when they showed that clip, and I saw DeAndre's hair, I was like, oh my god, like it looked like he must be a Beyonce fan because that shit. And what was up with Lawrence? Every 2 seconds, Lawrence was like, bitch, you're hearing out all that for you to be doing all this. Like, come on now. Every fucking second, he was like, mm-mm. So O'Neal was talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I feel like you fake, blah blah blah. Like, you said you was going to go to jail. You came out, and first of all, he came out and said he was on house arrest or something. Like, you came out after a day or whatever, and said you was on house arrest. Like, what? Unless, like, he said they were going over some things and blah 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 blah. And like, even if they were going over stuff or they got something wrong, they would have kept you. Either they would have kept you like kept you in the cell longer to it was right or wrong, or um, yeah, you would have been like monitored the whole entire time. Like you wouldn't, you wouldn't be having so much freedom. So O'Neal was like he was fake, but like, he should have told O'Neal first if they were like real friends or whatever, blah blah. And he didn't tell him he had to hear from all these other people. Which I'm the same way. If I gotta hear from somebody else about that's something you're supposed to tell me, we got a problem because I don't want to hear that. So, but again, why is DeAndre telling his business and he's going to jail? So he was really getting mad. Like he was upset about this, and um, I was just like, wow, like he really getting upset after we just met each other over 3 weeks. Or I don't even know how they met. Like, what's the timing span how they met? Maybe they did meet before, but still, if I just met you, let's say in about a month's time, I wouldn't really be getting so worked up over it. If you lied to me, you lied to me. Like whatever, I know not to trust you again. So, um, oh, Ty was talking about what he had a problem with. And he wasn't really on the whole situation of where if he lied or not about a story. He was just like, I got a problem with you because you don't speak up for yourself. The night when we was on the train and stuff, blah blah blah, I was speaking and you wasn't even talking and that's what our problem. That everybody started jumping in and Ty was getting aggravated. You could see he was getting aggravated. I would have got aggravated too. I'd have been like, come on now, this look, we don't gotta be a class where we gotta raise our hand to talk, but still, like everybody should be respectful of each other to let somebody talk, finish a sentence, but nobody else finish a sentence. Like that's how it should be. So then the new boy gets introduced, and his name is Nova. And in my mind, I was like, if this boy come out here talking about something, he needs to work on his trust issues. I'm turning off the show because I'm tired of everybody trying to learn to have trust issues because we all need to. But he didn't, and I was like, yay, passing claps for him because I would have turned that show right off. So his name is Nova, little light skinned boy, yay, and he looks tall. I like his tattoos though. So he came in and they were all arguing, and he was like, "Oh hi, my name's Nova," and he was trying to get to know him, but he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So then O'Neal was like, look, we gonna have to skip the introduction. We'll wait. We're gonna wait for it. We got some shit to handle." I felt so bad for him. So they was going in. So Sammy was telling DeAndre that um, he wasn't fucking with him because of the fact that he thought he was, not that he was lying, but like he shedded tears over him and like that. Okay, my thing about Sammy is not that I don't like Sammy. Like Sammy's cool, but to me, I don't know if he's too cool or if he's just seen like every single Bad Girls episode or like every single Bad Boys episode previously and is not trying to act like them and want everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's doing everything a little bit too perfect. Like, oh, I'm not gonna jump in. Oh, when I see him at the reunion, I'm not gonna jump on. I'm gonna tell him to stand up and blah blah blah. Like he's doing everything a little bit too perfect for me. Like I'm not seeing a flaw here. So it's like maybe he's watching himself and not trying to be like. That's what I'm saying. That's my opinion. But whether or not he's still cool, um. So yeah. So then, and then this is another thing I got upset that I was getting mad at Deshaun's ass because you had all this stuff to say about DeAndre and his story, but I did not hear your motherfucking voice in that room. Whether they cut the part out or whatever, you said something on behind screen or whatever, you did not say something, and you was the one to talk the most stuff about it. You should have been the first one to say it, but instead you came at O'Neal about he wanted to get DeAndre at the house or whatever, blah blah blah, or he wasn't on DeAndre, which to me was irrelevant because he's over here yelling at DeAndre and stuff like that, like talking about if he could fight him, he would. And then he had an altercation with Dreadhead, but it had nothing to do with DeAndre. I thought you was feeling so much about DeAndre because he not flaunting nothing he had. His story was a lie. Like to me, and that's the whatever. I'm done talking about it because I'm getting aggravated. So Deshaun, not even. I mean, not Deshaun. DeAndre, not even like sticking up for him. He's always trying to tell his story or whatever, tell his case. But again, I'm not even believing it. Like I'm not even at the house or whatever, and I'm still not believing it. And they're not believing it either. They're like, whatever, you're a liar. So, um, Deshaun and Dreadhead went at it, and Deshaun was telling him like, "Oh, I feel like you fake and blah 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 because when we first met, you was talking about you was a thug of the house and blah blah blah, and then you try to put on the persona that you were not." And um, Dreadhead was talking about some, well, this and that, blah blah blah. I'm sticking up for myself. Like when DeAndre said he wanted to throw bleach on me, I told him I was coming to the reunion, and blah blah blah. And again, he was doing this every 5 seconds. And that was that. And I was hoping, like, I hope they would have fought right there because that would have been funny. But DeAndre was like, "Why are you getting loud? Why?" DeAndre, I mean, not DeAndre, Deshaun. I'm sorry, Deshaun. But Deshaun funny on the low. Like, you gotta catch him. He's funny on the low. He's like, "Why are you getting loud?" That's some shit I would do. But yeah, they had their altercation. And then Ty was trying to explain himself some more, but then everybody kept talking over Ty. And to be honest, I couldn't even hear what everybody was saying because it was just so loud. So that's when Ty started talking, and out of nowhere, O'Neal snapped. Like, I don't know, like the Exorcist came out. Like, he just turned into the devil. And he was like, boom, this is it. This is how we're gonna go. I don't fuck with you. And this and that. Which, okay, I applaud because you telling him straight up that you don't fuck with him and this and that, blah blah blah. Like you getting short and simple to the point, and you you raising your voice, so that means you know you're serious. But then again, don't tell everybody I want to beat y'all up, y'all talk again, blah blah blah. Like no, like no, I would have punched him dead in his face if I was there. Like I would have been like, bitch, you was not my mom, you was not my dad. Like, who are you? You not God. Like, no, it's not what's gonna happen. So again, like nobody was speaking up and nobody was talking anything. Nobody like O'Neal really like. I guess I don't know. I don't. Yeah, O'Neal kind of runs the house. I'm sorry. He runs everybody except for Ty, because Ty was the only one that spoke up and was like, "Oh well," and Nova, because Nova's kind of new to the situation. He wasn't really telling Nova what to do. But he was like, Ty was like, "Oh well, I guess I have to speak up," and he did, and he was like, "I'm not gonna be treated like no kid. I'm leaving. Get my Jordans," and then he gave me this little Natalie Nunn vibe. He was like, "Get my Jordans, get my bag. I make too much money." I think he said, "I make too much money to be here." Like he gave me that Natalie Nunn kind of vibe, but whatever. And he left, so he was telling, and the way Ty be talking about in his confessionals, Ty be talking like he's telling a story, like this is Ty. Okay, and so I stormed out, and then Deshaun came out after me and tried to talk to me, which I really appreciated. And then the clip goes to Deshaun talking to him. Then it goes back to Ty, and then here comes O'Neal, and then it shows O'Neal, like it was like telling the story. So then O'Neal and Ty were talking, and O'Neal was basically saying like, "Oh, don't leave." Like, I know things got better than him. He was like pretty much apologizing, which he never really did say. I'm sorry, but to me it was like an apology, and he was just trying to explain his case why he did it, and he was like, "Because I was getting tight, I was getting mad, and blah blah blah. I was getting to the point, and I thought it was over and done with, and blah blah blah." So Ty was like, "Yeah, that's understandable, but you can't be talking to nobody like they're no kid, especially if we all grown and blah blah blah." And he was like, "Yeah, you're right." So after that, they went back in, and it was Ty's birthday. Happy belated birthday, Ty! Probably like 3 months, 6 months late, whatever. And um, they were all playing. I guess they were playing like a drinking game where like you. It's like dare or drink if you. I think I'm getting it right. If you dare somebody to do something, and if they don't want to do it, they have to take a shot. If they do it, they drink. And I guess it was a cool little thing. I'm mad O'Neal let DeAndre lick his body. Like, first of all, O'Neal got a fucking body. Like, if I was in that presence of that body, I'ma just keep to myself. But if I was just arguing with somebody, I would take a shot. I'm not letting you lick on my body, please, please. So then an altercation happened, and this altercation happened so fast and it was so stupid. And I don't know if it was because of the editing or whatever, but it was like nobody won that fight. Like, all the like O'Neal dragged him. That was it. That was pretty much the fight. Was O'Neal dragging him? Like it was kind of lame to me, and whatever. I didn't really care for it. It was needless to say, and it was like, oh, Nova got drunk and stepped up to him. Well, I'm like, well, he would have never done that. Like this is done, so O'Neal had to do something to him, which they didn't show that either. But maybe we'll get more details next week. So yeah, and that was it. It was a pretty short episode. These episodes can get shorter and shorter by the minute, and I'm getting upset about that. But it was a good episode. I like a lot of arguing and stuff, but yeah, these people are like, I don't know. I like the season, but then again, these kind of people are rubbing me the wrong way. So we'll see for next week. A fight happens when Treadhead gets his ass whooped. Maybe because he was doing this too much. He was probably doing this during the fight. It missed the hit. Whatever. All right.